Hey guys, welcome back to game night. We've been gone for a really long time and we apologize for that, but we were on vacation and then we were busy. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about a game called Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Carl, do you want to talk about Mickey Mouse? Do you want to talk about how we came into the knowledge of this game?
We walked inside the park.
Disney World.
Is it World or Land?
Disney World, yeah. We got Disney
World. We got these cards. And then, you know, we looked in the map on things that we could do, and there's this place where you can pick up this thing, this game. I had heard of it before, so we go there, and they give you, like, these little booster packs of cards that come with, like, 5 cards in it. And so we each got one, and we each had the card, but one of these cards was going to be a key. And so the whole thing is that they give you this map. Oh my goodness. Look at this map. And it has, you know, Adventureland, Liberty Square, Main Street, USA, and Fantasyland. And so on these maps, there's little symbols, right? You are first led to the first symbol, one of them. It could be any of them. And you activate it with your card by going like this. And it reads it, and the screen turns on. There's like a story that's being told, and all these villains are out to get you, and you have to stop them with your magic cards, okay? And so while you're there, they attack you, and when you attack back, you use your card like this. And it reads it and it attacks back. And each card is different. It has different values. It has attack, boost, and shield. And so and also it has whether or not it's a princess or if it's a wishful attack. Or there's all different kinds, okay? For every type of character and every character. And so you have to pick the right one to defeat them. And as you go along, as you finish them, it leads you to another symbol in another part of the park. It could be here, it could be here. In any case, you keep going all around and the story's being told, okay? And then you can win the game partially, but you can complete the entire map and win the game. And you can get an extra booster card. Yeah, it's meant to be kind of played over time. I think it's sort of an encouragement for people who live in Florida who can go to Disney World every single day if they want to because they can get a pass. To just keep coming back because they get to keep participating in this game. What we didn't know starting out playing this was that this is sort of like this almost crazy underground thing. Because we kept running into people who like play it a lot. They have all the cards. They have binders. They have binders of cards, which is really cool that people are so into this. And we actually met this girl. We won't say her name here, but we met her and she was lovely. And she actually gave us a whole bunch of cards just to get us started. So I love that. Like the community feature of this game is really cool. Like so many people are involved with it. We're now part of a group that on Facebook, and those guys go and like check it out every week. And they take, you know, they go on like group outings. And I think that's great that there's this kind of underground mystical thing at Disney World that you can do where you're collecting these cards. It's like a collectible card game, you know? And so she told us all about it, and we're like, well, is this just a game that you can play in the park? Right. Or is there more to it? Can you play this at home? I mean, look at all these cards, right? So, at Disney World, you can actually purchase the board game itself so you can play it at home with all the cards. And it's similar to the game at the park in that you have a villain that you're fighting. You can play with up to 4 players. And then you take turns, and it's sort of like each player has a damage meter. In a little bit of a way, it kind of reminds me of like a really simplified Cutthroat Caverns, because you have to fight this villain, and there's like elements which change like how your attack goes and things like that. And even the villains, like the game boards, are also collectible. So as you get each game board, it's going to have a different collectible board in it and a different villain. And I think that's really cool that everybody has sort of a different one. But we like, first and foremost, I will say, we've played a lot of collectible card games, and the cards are really beautiful. I think they're really well done. The art is great on them. They're very engaging. I like the pictures, I like the characters. The game board itself, I think, would be my biggest complaint about the game. Here's the thing. As far as a game goes, the mechanics work fine. It all plays out well. It seems pretty balanced. But there's a lot of, like, technicality in this board that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, for example...
when you're like going down on the villain's health, whatever number health they're at can affect like how your attack hits them and how your defenses work. But it's sort of meant to like be put over the health thing, but then you can't see what the element type is.
You can't see what it is.
So you end up doing it off to the side, which just looks kind of janky.
So you know how like in Pokemon they have fire, water, you know, all the different elements, fairy, steel, all the different elements in Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like that too. It has all different kinds of different elements. Like it has wishful, flying,
quick, hero, mystic, monster.
And then in your attacks, there's also various things like Pokemon where there's like charming, flying, energy, strong, wishful, gross. You know, they kind of go on. There's a whole bunch of them.
Right.
And there's lots of opportunities for mix and matching, and they have all different types of attributes. And so when you buy the game in the store, it comes like this, and it gives you 7 cards, and one of them is a super rare card.
Yeah.
So it's pretty collectible, you know. And apparently there are fake ones being made out there, and so.
Yeah, that's crazy to me that that's happening.
I mean, the thing we thought was really janky, like Jaysen was saying, are these. You know, we use this to determine our attacks, whether or not how big our attack is or how small it is or whether or not
like
it even lands at all.
System.
So it's a coin flipping system, but then they're like, you flip as many coins there are as your attack, and so you know. And then you have to flip them all, you know, and it's the same thing with the villain.
Really
you flip 5 of them. It's like, well, why not just have a die, you know?
I mean, so here's the thing. If this game was a crappy game with crappy mechanics that didn't work, and then it had crappy pieces, I'd be like, well, it kind of makes sense. But this is a pretty solid, balanced game that has really crappy pieces. So it becomes kind of confusing because you're playing this game that actually is pretty fun, but the thing that's slowing you down is literally that, like, picking these things off the table is, like, near impossible. So I don't know. Is there somebody out here who plays this game that like makes better pieces? Or
I mean, come on. I mean, if you're gonna have kids play this, they're gonna lose these little things. Exactly. You know, it's like they really should just use a dice system. That makes so much more sense. And it's a 4-player game too, by the way, right?
Yeah, it's a 4-player game. You can do 5 players by making one person the villain. What I will say is like,
that's right.
I feel like Disney doesn't care very much about this. I hate to say it. I don't like to put it that way, but
how do you know?
Like. I feel like they care about the card game in the park enough, but like this was kind of hidden in a corner of a store. There wasn't a whole lot of attention around it. Like we wouldn't have even known it existed if somebody hadn't told us. So I think maybe like for them, this is just sort of a like gimmicky little take the game home with you kind of thing.
It could be like a soft launch thing too. Like they're not heavily promoting it, but the game in the park seems pretty what do you call it? Sold, whatever. I mean, maybe they're just thinking about the packaging, you know, is that if they put dice and stuff in it, it wouldn't all fit into
they have to charge more for
bag,
it. I will also say something kind of great about it was that it was like $12 for this whole game, you know, and that's really cool. That you can pick up a game like this for so cheap.
For $12 to $15, it was only 7 cards. 7 cards.
Yeah, and this, and then all the little pieces.
So you really couldn't have been able to play it, right? Could you play with just 7 cards?
You can, yeah.
You can?
Well, and you
players?
get cards while you're at the park too, so you have a few more cards.
True.
Yeah. They said you need at least like 3 or 4 cards per person.
Right, so you can't just, buy the game alone, and you could maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. We just wanted to show it to you guys because we were really excited that, we went to Disney World and our first thing was like, I wonder if we could find a board game here. And we saw, like, we went to Universal Studios as well, and we saw, like, some Harry Potter themed old maid cards. We were like, that's not really what we're looking for.
I don't know that we were really gonna find anything, but when we discovered this, we were so excited because sure, there's already so much to see and do in the park, but this was just one other thing that had us running around the entire park playing this game, so it makes the Magic Kingdom have high replayability.
No, he's right. I mean, it really made us, I think because of this game, we ended up seeing like little nooks and crannies of the park that we would have just walked by and not even noticed were there had it not been for this. And I think that's great.
I want to make a quick mention that they also have another game. I don't know what they call it, but it's like a Pirates of the Caribbean treasure hunt thing. And it's the same idea, except they give you a map and you have to solve clues and you have to find these places. and then you have to unlock something, and it's like a puzzle.
Yeah, and this one's a little bit more complex as far as like finding the things.
Because things are hidden within other things.
Like we had to go into a store and like root around in the store to find the thing that we had to do.
And then once you figure out the clue, it gives you a clue to the next one. And there's a lot of them. There's at least 6 or 7 different maps. But the thing about this is that when you win, you just get like a certificate or something.
Yeah, they like show you they get a video or
something. They show you a video that you've completed or something like that. And so it's the payoff isn't as great as far as, you know, a prize if you want a prize. But with this one, if you finish it all within one day, you get another booster pack.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. But we wanted to share that with you guys. I will say we are looking to get back on the video train and making at least one video every other week for you guys and reviewing games again. There are a lot of good games coming out. We are really excited for Epic. We're excited for Ashes. We're excited for a whole bunch of expansions. Oh my god.
Versus system. I'm looking so much
Gen Con
forward
just
to that.
happened, and oh my goodness, the news coming out of it is great. I cannot wait to play all these games, and then I can't wait to show them to you guys and talk to you about them.
Yeah. But I gotta say, we've been really distracted with lots of new video games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it, and also we're working on our blogs, and we're totally being Disney-fied.
Yeah.
We're totally
so that's the other thing I'm going to mention is that if you like what we do here, but we aren't giving you enough of it, please check out our blogs. We'll put links to them in the description below, but basically we're doing something now where we're rewatching every single Disney film in order, and then blogging about them, and talking about our impressions as well as some historical information, and it's just been a lot of fun. We're getting really like Disney-fied over here and having a great time, so we want to share that with you, and feel free to comment and talk to us and tell us what you think.
In my blog, I mentioned some of those Disney movies and then link it back to his, but I'm also trying to make him watch some movies that he's never seen before, including like some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies at first, and he's never seen like Terminator 1 or 2, and so we did that, and so we talk about that a little bit, and then we're moving on to other things. We also did Conan the Barbarian, and we'll probably move on to other things like Mission Impossible and whatever else I can think of that he hasn't seen. And on the off days when I don't have anything like that to talk about, I'll probably talk about like my audition or some other movies or whatever.
Yeah. The point is, we have blogs. We write in them a lot more than we do videos, just because it's a little bit easier and faster for us when we're on the go so often. So if you like what you see here, please check us out there. And yeah, talk to us. Talk to us on Twitter. Talk to us on Instagram. We love getting to know you guys. So
who's your favorite Disney character? I almost said who's your Disney favorite character.
Who's your favorite Disney character? Oh gosh, you know what's funny is I really don't know. Lately though, I will say that I'm a little bit obsessed with Donald Duck. Obsessed. I'm obsessed with Donald Duck.
Watch this. Oh man, parents, this is a great game to get for your kid.
I'm a little bit obsessed with Donald Duck right now. I know he's like always around, but I just can't get enough of him lately because he's so funny.
Donald was always my favorite too.
So
I think because he's a
tell us what your favorite Disney character is in
the
comments down below, and we'll see you soon for another game night review.
Thanks, man.